wind guide you. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? Do not be so sure about that. Beware. The Blades may claim to serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have. As for me, I kept from you only what you were not yet ready to know. Are still not ready to know, as your question reveals. No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom. Dragonborn? Wait. Forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einarth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. But not Dragonrend. The knowledge of that shout was lost in the time before history began. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I am not the one to speak of it to you. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. You weren't ready, you still aren't ready. But, thanks to the Blades, you now have questions that only Paarthurnax can answer. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax. The path to Paarthurnax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way. grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well. Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Paarthurnax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit.
Look! Yeah! Oh, look!
The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim walkthrough for Wiki Game Guides and SpacedUpGames.com, and this is the Throat of the World quest for the main quest in Skyrim, and it is right after Alduin's Wall, which is a pretty, well, Alduin's Wall is a talkative quest, and mainly lore advancing, plot advancement. So it was, oh, bye-bye goat. Guess I'll never get him. Anyway, the last quest was pretty interesting the first time I did it. I remember liking, really liking how they were, that big sculpture that they had, that's what I'm trying to say. I really liked how they put that sculpture there. Although, at the beginning of that quest, you are supposed to go in through the front and then fight all the bandits and the dragon, but later on I figured out you can just come in from the side and skip all of that because there's really no reason to fight all of them. It just takes a lot of time, and I guess if you wanted levels up, you could have done that, but oh well. Anyway, that's why I didn't narrate that video. As for this one, this is where you get to the actual top of this mountain, which, as I talked about over when I was climbing it, you don't actually get to the top until later, when you do get to the top, which is the Throat of the World, which is what we're doing right now. And there are definitely going to be major spoilers, so if you're one of the 10 people that haven't played or heard of this game or seen this game yet, then you might not want to watch once I get up to the top. But if you're watching it this far, then I'm just going to assume you don't care about spoilers. So anyway, you will be given the shout that will clear the skies for you, and that will be absolutely necessary because, as you'll see a little bit later on, I cleared a little bit late and I'm in the storm for a split second and a quarter of my health disappears. So if you go in it without the shout, thinking, oh, I can rush on through there, nope, you're gonna die. Unless you have invincibility on, of course, which I'm sure many people who have this game on the computer have turned on invincibility, walked through the storm, got to the top, and found out what was at the top of it. But, you know, that kind of ruins it for me, I think. And there will be ice wraiths on the way up, and they're not really too tough, they're just kind of annoying because they move around so fast, and if you have someone like Lydia following you, then it is very easy to let them be the punching bag while you zap them or shoot them from a distance or kill them with a sword. But you will probably not run into any ice wolves or trolls or anything like that on your way up. You'll just run into ice wraiths. And you will want to cast your, or shout, the clear skies shout every now and then. Even if you're pretty sure the skies are already clear, just do it again anyway. But you also want to save often in case you accidentally run into a storm you haven't cleared yet, which I will be doing in a second. And if you run too far in, even if you shout it, you're still going to get hurt and you're going to die. And that would be very unfortunate. But here, see, I cleared it, I wasn't even close to it, but because I was close enough, I guess, it took out a bunch of my health and I hadn't even done anything. But anyway, that's it for for me narrating. The rest of this quest is a lot of talking.
Drem Yolok,
Greetings, Wunderneek. I am Paarthurnax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain? They see me as master, Wuth Onik, old and wise. It is true I am old. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. I have spoken. The Rotmulag waits. A gift, Dovahkiin. You'll understand fire as the Dove do. Come, Dovahkiin. Ninyol. Strike me with the fire of your Thum. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dova Sos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me? I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin. Alduin Comate Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with Firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? Pruzha, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa? Lean Vokeen? Would you stop the next world from being born? Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name Throat of the World? True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated. Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. Ah, yes! Sosedo Vrostmul! The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind.